My name is Brianna, and I welcome you to the Tales of Adventure, a D&D podcast like no other.
I'm Luke Hart, and I run a YouTube channel called the DM Lair, and I produce videos because it's a YouTube channel, and they were mostly focused on practical advice for dungeon masters, things that dungeon masters can use at their table. I try to keep things away from like theory and like keep it down to earth and practical stuff that people can actually implement in a practical way to like improve their games and stuff like that. I think a lot of the stuff I create is probably most useful potentially for like newer dungeon masters, but it's possible veterans are going to find a tip or two. But yeah, that's pretty much what I create. And then I publish stuff in a couple different places, different resources, adventures that dungeon masters can use.
Hey, sir, but I'm curious as to what you're doing here. I don't need to be concerned, do I?
What the heck difference does it make what I'm doing here? What's your problem?
I'm rather fond of this tavern. It's not often I see a kobold here, and I'm just making sure that everything's okay. Also, there are several other people here who might take a less diplomatic approach to this.
Yeah, well, they can mind their own business, all right? I'm a little down on my luck right now, and I just want to lose myself in alcohol. Is that okay?
It's understandable, as long as you don't cause any trouble. What's your name, by the way?
David. Yeah, David. That's my name.
Are you sure? Because it took you a long time to remember it.
I don't know. What's your name?
My name is Isra.
Isra?
Close enough.
Oh, okay. I'm. Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
My real name is Gary.
Gary, you wouldn't happen to be Gary the Intern, would you?
Well, not anymore. I got fired.
What happened?
Well, they fired me is what happened.
What caused them to fire you?
Dereliction of duties is what they said, but it's a bunch of bullcrap. There's no one that worked harder.
I'm curious, who are they and how did you meet them?
It's a bunch of big stupid pandas.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something new.
So there is this wizard. So like we have a problem. There's a haunting in our like place where we live, and so we kidnapped a wizard, okay? And we were gonna siphon the wizard's powers into like our sorcerer person. And then these stupid people, these big panda bears came, and they were gonna rescue the wizard. And so me and some buddies ambushed them at night, and they killed all my friends and kept me alive.
Huh. That's one way to beat them.
Yep. And they were gonna torture me too. I know they were.
How did you avoid that?
Well, they started talking with all of these acronyms and big words, and they talked about things like a 401k and like a pension and benefits and like dental plan and stuff. And then the next thing I knew, I had a position at their company.
Oh, so they bought your loyalty. It's clever of them, and probably a smart idea on your part to accept.
I don't know. They told me that I'd be their intern, and that there'd be lots of opportunity for upward mobility, is what they told me. And that's when they made me climb the tower.
They made you climb the wizard's tower?
Yeah.
That's never the safe route to take.
No, it was really bad. That's when Doug the Slug died.
Doug the Slug?
Yeah, Doug the Slug. Yeah, he was a pet. One of the panda bears found a slug and made him a pet. And they called him Doug the Slug. And they made him climb the wizard's tower, too.
Rather gross choice for the pet.
It's
Yes.
because they're jerks. They're bad employers.
Sounds like it. How long did you travel with them?
I think I was coming close to my 4th year anniversary, but which really sucks is because if I had made 5 years, I would have gotten a gift certificate to Applebee's, and I totally got screwed.
You were with them for almost 5 years, and you were still an intern.
Well, I was, I think so.
Right, was that a cat?
Yeah, that's my kitty cat. This is Squirty Pie. She's my friend.
What an adorable little creature. She's so cute.
I know. Look at her. See, we call her Squirty Pie because, I don't know why, but she's adorable.
I've met someone who named their lizard Daisy. I've seen weirder names.
Yeah, I don't know why. This is just how it happened. But, so this is kind of like, instead of stealing money from the corporation, I took their cat. Yeah.
Oh, I feel like they'll probably miss the cat more than the money.
Well, the problem is this Squirty Pie's a big baby and she cries and whines about everything.
I feel like that's just part of her being a cat.
Yeah, that's probably true. So, yeah, they made me an intern and they made me climb the tower and the tower was electrified and I almost died. I had to jump. And then Doug the Slug died. And then, yeah, that was my first experience with the Wonder Panda group.
Wonder Panda? I didn't realize that's the group you're with. I've heard of them.
Yeah, the Wonder Pandas, they operate in the Lamilty region. They're not originally from this plane of existence, and there was like a planar coincidence or something like that, and they were being like their whole world was being coinciding with ours, and everything was gonna just be destroyed. And it's still a problem. They haven't resolved it yet, and they're a bunch of screw-offs, so that's probably never going to get resolved, and we're all going to die.
I was wondering. I've been chasing some interesting signs, and that would explain a lot of it.
Yep, it's all their fault, and I had everything under control. I was the king of the Kobold Nation, and they were all a bunch of jerks.
You were the king?
I was a king, yep.
That's impressive. You said you were a king and they took you alive and your people didn't retaliate?
Well, no, I wasn't the king to begin with. I was just a nobody. And then I became their intern. And then, well, they forgot about me. You know how it happens when you're just traveling with people and, like, they're fighting things and they forget you're even there? And then they're like, oh, don't we have a kobold with us? And they look around and then they see you. So, like, they always forgot that I was there. And so I just left them one day. And I went back to the Kobold Nation. And so they had killed the sorcerer. And so I just kind of took over her job.
Smart. Sir Summonite for forgetting you.
Yep. And then when they found me again, I was the king. And we were laying siege to the wizard's tower.
Imagine it was much nicer approaching it that way than trying to climb it yourself.
Well, the wizard was back in his tower because we didn't have him kidnapped at that point. But the haunting was a problem, and so we were trying to get the wizard to help us.
What's this haunting?
So, the place where we live has, like, ghosts and stuff in it. And when those Wonder Pandas were raiding our compound, they woke everything up. and they caused that problem.
Oh, that's never the fun problem to deal with. I hate ghosts.
No, you gotta understand what a train wreck this adventuring group is. Like, these Wonder Pandas, everything that's going wrong in Lamulty is their fault.
Oh, so they're that kind of adventuring group.
Yeah.
They break everything so they can come in and fix it.
Except that then they deny responsibility and they shirk it and they don't want to fix it. Like, so we ran into, there was this, before I was part of them, this is the way the tradition goes. There was a tree that was corrupt, and one of the he wasn't a panda, he was a koala bear, but he took some of these black flecks and put them in vials, and then these black flecks got into some giants that were attacking us, and then these giants just started spreading this disease throughout the entire forest. It took over an entire gnome village, which they wiped out, and it was a big disaster.
I was wondering what was causing that. I had some friends who were trying to stop it, but they weren't able to in time.
No, it was the Wonder Pandas. It was all their fault. But they blamed it on other stuff, and they wouldn't take responsibility, even though hundreds of gnomes died. And they lost their entire village, and they had to relocate.
Remind me again why you stayed with them after all of that.
Well, they kept saying this stuff about a 401k and a 6% match and stuff, and they made it sound really good. But every time I looked at my bank account, I didn't have anything, so I didn't understand it.
Oh, so they are the kind that not only don't like to take responsibility, they don't like to pay their interns.
Oh, and they used big words, and they were confusing, so I didn't understand what they were doing. It's kind of like when somebody steals your money, and you think it's okay, but then you find out that it's not okay.
Sounds to me like you need new friends. And maybe another drink.
Yeah, well, they were my employers. Yeah, I definitely need another drink.
Another round for me and my friend here.
Yeah. Wait, are we friends?
As far as I'm concerned, you haven't tried to kill me, and you seem honest enough.
Yeah. I'm not gonna kill you today.
I appreciate that, but I'm slightly concerned about the use of the word today in that sentence.
Well, I might forget tomorrow is all. No hard feelings.
Do you often forget things like that?
Well, not normally, but I don't want to make promises I can't keep, you know what I mean? But you seem like a really nice... what are you? Are you a human?
You just see her kind of like checking her ears. No, I'm human.
Okay, good. I don't like other races. Like, especially not pandas.
The panda part I can understand, but the other races, well, no, with how they probably treat you, I can understand that as well.
Yeah, dwarves especially. They're jerks.
They can be. Sometimes they can be really funny to watch when they're drunk.
Yeah, maybe we should go find a dwarf and get him drunk then.
Oh, there's a group that's probably going to be coming in later. It's an adventuring group I've been helping out with.
Oh, then you can get their trust and we can get them totally wasted.
Exactly. They're used to it by now, and I may have gotten a recipe from a friend that can help them with their hangover. Not that I'll ever tell them what it is.
Well, we shouldn't help them with their hangover. Hangover is the price they need to pay for being irresponsible and not being able to handle their liquor.
That's true. I like the way you think. I'll save the recipe then for if they get drunk before they actually need them.
Yeah, let's chop off their fingers too. That should be funny.
They might need those. There's a job that they're going to be doing that's a favor for me, and I'd rather them be whole when they do the job.
What about their ears? They don't need their ears.
They do need those as well.
Okay. Can we just take their shields?
They could take some of the money from their wallets.
Ooh, I like that idea. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that.
I might even have some gemstones. I think they were working today. Or stealing. I'm not exactly sure what they do.
I thought you said they were your friends.
They're temporary employees. I hired them to help with the job.
Oh, you hired them?
It's a tricky job, and with them, if they get caught, they'll probably be in less trouble than some of the other contacts I have in this area.
But what's the name of your organization?
It's not as much of an organization as I have a network of people who owe me favors and people who offer to keep me informed of if there's anything going on that could end the world.
Okay, that's fair. Do you have a 401k?
As you ask, are you looking to transfer to employers or looking for a new job?
You know, I'm in between employers right now, and I'm just looking for opportunities that might be a good fit for everybody.
Fair enough. So, what is it that you do or that you would like to do?
I'm really good at killing things.
That's good to know.
Yep. I have pack tactics.
It's actually very good to know. I know a few people who could use some help with that. Are you comfortable with training people?
Well, as long as I'm allowed to kill them if they're utter failures and incompetent fools.
That seems fair.
Yep. It's fair. I need to be able to just, I need to be able to torture them a little bit as like encouragement and motivation.
We can come back to that one.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
So, what are some of the other things that you did with this group?
Well, what else did we do? There were some elves that we found that were like dark-skinned, and they were really good elves. And so we helped them a lot. What did we do for them? Oh, they had a spider problem, and we took care of the spider problem. Then we found some snake people from like an ancient civilization.
Huh.
Yeah.
Those are not always fun to run across.
Yeah, we were making friends with lots of people. So these pandas were really stupid because they're not from our world. And they don't know who these people are. But these were dark elves. And dark elves are like bad. And then the snake people, I'm pretty sure were like bad. And
Dark elves aren't always bad.
the what? The dark elves?
I've met some who are good.
What were their names?
You wouldn't know them. They're from other worlds. Like your panda friends.
Oh, okay. So the pandas became like diplomats or ambassadors for all these different civilizations. And we had to go gallivanting across the entire forest talking to people. It was so boring.
Diplomacy can be very boring at times. But necessary.
And then when I was besieging the wizard's tower, I sent 2 of my kobolds with them to help them take care of the haunting, and they didn't come back.
That's unfortunate. And probably very poor management on their part.
No, these were the bad these were the worst kobolds. They were expendable. That was kind of the point.
Fair.
Yeah, I was a good king.
Were you ever able to take down the wizard's tower?
Well, we made a deal with the Wonder Pandas, so we were besieging the wizard's tower, and we told them if they would go take care of the haunting, that we would stop besieging the wizard's tower.
Ah. Fair deal.
Yeah.
What did they want with the wizard?
I'm not sure. I think they just had one of their quests was to go help the wizard. No, wait. I think the wizard sent them a message that he was being besieged, and then they came to rescue him. And then they talked to me. And we kind of figured things out from there.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, none of the stories that I'm really telling you are chronological. It's all kind of mixed together, you know.
Aren't most good stories?
Maybe. I don't know. I usually kill people who talk too much.
Well, I guess I'm glad you haven't tried to kill me yet. That would be rather unfortunate.
Well, see, I'm trying to be on my best behavior because I think you're gonna give me a job, right?
It's definitely a possibility. I'm curious though, what was the last thing you were doing with them before they let you go so unceremoniously?
I don't really know because it hasn't happened yet. So this is like one of those time paradox things where I got teleported ahead into the future, and I'm pretty sure I screwed up big time as a king. I probably blew it. And then I went crawling back to them, and they didn't want to give me my job back, or they fired me because I don't know. It was a big sloppy mess.
So you were fired for something you haven't actually done yet.
Well, I think I did it in the past, but I mean, I haven't done it yet, but like my past kobold self is about to do it. Yeah.
Still doesn't make very much sense and doesn't seem very fair, and also seems like something that is going to give me a very big headache in the future.
Wait, hold on a second. If you don't think it's fair, do you think that there's grounds to take a suit against them? Like, I know that, like, we're an at-will employer and stuff like that. Like, that's what they told me. But, like, if there's, like, gross negligence or something against the law with how they let me go, like, we can sue them, right?
It's a possibility. I'll have to reach out to some of my friends who are more knowledgeable in this area than I am.
Do you have friends that are liars?
I believe the word you're looking for is lawyer. And yes, I do.
Oh, cool. They're the ones that use big words, right?
Yes. Though I also have
Awesome.
friends who are liars.
Yeah, I'm not a liar.
You don't strike me as one. You strike me as someone who's very straightforward.
Yep, the only lie I told you was when I said my name was David at the very beginning, and I'm sorry.
If you were to give you for that, then it's a good thing that you're not a liar, because you're terrible at it.
What do you mean I'm terrible at it?
You hesitated a little bit too much before telling me that lie.
Oh, is there like a proper amount to hesitate before telling a lie?
It's an imprecise art that's difficult to learn, and it's not always necessary to learn.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm sure I could become a good liar if that's what this job requires.
Oh, no. I think the world's better off with you being as you are when it comes to lying. I've got other jobs I could use you for.
Okay, because I'm a really good self-starter. I'm self-motivated, and all that stuff.
I have no doubt. I mean, you were able to make yourself a king when your friends just left you behind.
Yep, and I didn't even have to murder anybody.
That's impressive.
Yep.
Usually there's quite a bit of murder involved with becoming king.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I did a lot of murdering after I became king.
That's typical with being king.
Yep, it was lots of fun.
Yes, I know some mercenary groups who might benefit from your help.
Oh, really? Did these mercenaries pay well?
They do pay rather well, because the people that they go after are extremely dangerous.
Oh. Well, that's okay because they'd probably forget I was there, which means I would never get attacked.
That is true, and some of them employ kobolds, so you could provide an excellent distraction now that I think about it.
Yeah, one of the Wonder Pandas who was actually a koala bear, he had a familiar. I think it was a raven or something like that, and he would always forget about it. It would be gone, and he'd remember, and it would just magically appear. It was really cool.
I'm not very curious as to how he did that, because I would like to be able to use that kind of magic myself.
It was some sort of group magic because we'd be walking along and there was no bird, there was no familiar, and then all of a sudden one of the other pandas would be like, "Hey, don't you have a familiar?" And then the wizard would say, "Oh, I do," and then it would just be there. Yeah, it was really good.
Definitely a unique group of friends you had.
They were friends. They were employers.
Fair point. Friends would probably not forget you as easily. Or fire you for something that you haven't also have not yet done in the past. Oh, I hate time travel.
Yeah, it was bad. But never have drinks with your boss is the lesson I learned.
Is that how it started? Whatever this thing is that you haven't done yet, but already have to...
Well, I'm planning on poisoning their drinks.
Solid plan. Be careful with which poison you use. Some are more easily detectable, but others have a more delayed effect, so it's less likely to be obvious that you did it.
Well, did you detect the poison in your drink?
I did, and I actually do have... You see this running on my finger here?
Yeah.
Negates any poison. You were far from the first person to try and poison me.
Well, why didn't you tell me you were wearing that ring? I would have done something different.
Do you often try and kill people randomly?
It's a professional hazard.
That's true, and that's exactly why I have that ring, as well as a couple other things that I think it's best if I don't tell you about.
Do you have something that prevents rocks from falling?
No, but it does one that makes it really easy for me to dodge them. Or to simply no longer be on this plane when they fall.
Oh, wow. You sound really powerful. Like, what would you say you do here?
A little bit of everything, but best way to put this. I help adventurers find ways to get where they're going, and I help them meet the right people. And I just keep an eye on the road to make sure that it does not fall. Like, all the worlds, really.
That doesn't really answer the question. Like, okay, so let me put this a different way. Are you a wizard?
Sometimes.
Are you a fighter?
Most of the time.
Are you a barbarian?
Only when necessity calls.
Okay, this isn't working either. Okay, never mind. Next question.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to ask me.
Oh. Well, what is it you do aside from killing people?
Well, that's not fair. Why do I have to do more than one thing?
Fair point. A better question. Where are you from?
I'm from a kobold compound in Lamblety. Yeah.
Guess I probably could have guessed that one.
Yeah, have you heard of Lamblety?
Yes, I have, briefly. Haven't been there yet, but I'll probably adapt there at some point.
Yeah, it's full of a bunch of elves. You don't want to go there.
You said, I guess... Oh yeah, true. I remember now. You're not a fan of anything that's guessing not a friend of anything that's not the kobold.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, so when I was king, I murdered lots of kobolds. So I don't know if technically you can consider me to be a friend of kobolds either. I think, well, I like kitty cats.
Friend of cats? There are some very strange people out there who don't like cats.
Well, you know what? They can just all die.
One good thing about them not liking cats is it's more cats for you to pet.
Yeah, that's true. I have lots of cats.
How many do you have?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9.
And these 9 cats just follow you around everywhere?
Yeah, because I give them food.
Yeah, that's definitely one way to find yourself with another cat.
Yeah, that's why I have to kill so many people.
To feed your cats.
Yeah, they're hungry, especially Orange. Orange is a big doofus. All he does is eat.
How big are these cats?
Well, okay, Squeaky is the biggest one, and Squeaky is like 16 pounds, and then Orange is big. Guapo is smaller. Squirty Pie is the smallest one. She's like middle-sized. And then we have Mommy 2, and she's average. And then we have Little Girl and Little Guy, and they're both they're kind of kittens still, but they're getting bigger. And then we have Tay-Tay, and she's a scrawny runt.
That's impressive. Did you steal all of these cats from your employers?
Well, officially, no.
But unofficially, you stole them all.
Unofficially, I acquired... Oops. Hold on a second. Just gotta check. Oh, that's it. Never mind. Sorry. Unofficially, all of those cats were obtained through legal means.
Not going to question it as long as they're well cared for, and they're rather adorable.
Yep, they're very adorable. This is an awkward silence. I feel one of us should kill someone to fill it.
I'd rather not. The people in here are much better armed than you realize.
They're better armed?
You do realize half of this tavern is wizards, the other half is sorcerers, and it's run by warlocks, right?
Well, I don't know, but how many arms do they have?
They have 2, plus however the many magical ones that they can conjure, and they could probably leave you a small pile of ashes before you try anything.
Oh, well that wouldn't be very fun.
Oh, but... Sorry, I keep giggling at the cats.
Yeah, they're trying to kill each other. Yeah, I trained them very well.
As you did.
Yep.
I'll have to double check with the mercenary bands that they're alright with cats, but as long as the cats can take care of themselves, they should be fine.
Yeah, they have barding, and their armor class is very high, and they're very, very stealthy.
Oh, definitely have to mention that to them. Actually, how do I think of it? That's the group I'm thinking about connecting with. They're actually going to be in this area soon. How long do you plan on staying here?
Well, I usually stay in a town for as long as I can before I get ran out for murdering people. Usually I last about 2 or 3 days.
And how long have you been here?
About 5. So, the thing is, I found a warehouse that nobody uses, and so nobody's found the bodies yet.
I think I know which warehouse you're talking about, and that explains several things.
Yeah, but we're friends, remember? So now you're my accomplice.
Fair point. I'll make sure that's not traced back to you, and if you can refrain from murdering people without any reason to murder them other than you feel like murdering them, for the next, I think they're going to be here weeks in, so that's 30 more days. Do you think you can not get chased out of town that long?
Well, I didn't murder them because I just wanted to. I had good reasons.
Those reasons being?
Well, I mean, one of them looked at me weird. One of them patted me on the head and said, good kobold, good kobold. You know, stuff like that.
You definitely have a quick temper, I'm starting to realize.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I can hold out till the end of the week and meet these friends of yours.
And I feel like they're going to very much enjoy meeting you. You're going to get along pretty well.
Yeah, do you know if one of them is a necromancer?
I do believe so, yes. They recently acquired one. I think he's teaching one of their other magic users some of his tricks.
That's perfect, because I have a warehouse full of potential zombies for him.
I'm sure he'll be very happy to hear about that.
Yeah. You see, everything I do, I'm thinking long-term for the corporation. It's long-term smart thinking. That's what I do.
I noticed that, and I have some business to take care of in the underground, but I don't have to deal with any of that until tomorrow, so why don't we have another round of drinks?
Yeah, that sounds great. You're not gonna rat me out, are you?
No, I'm not going to, unless you do something, kill someone important or anything like that. Or if you plan on murdering the whole town, we might have a problem.
I'm not currently planning on doing that.
I recommend against it. Like I said, lots of people with powerful magic here.
Yeah, I'll be good for the next 3 days. It's been really nice talking to you. You're a good friend.
It's been nice talking to you as well. I'm glad I approached you, otherwise someone might have done something dumb by now. And I may have to disappear for a couple of days, I'll have someone keeping an eye on you.
Okay, that sounds good. I have a warehouse you can stay in if you want.
I've got my own place to stay, I appreciate that, but yes, I do have some friends in the area who are very talented when it comes to casting shields, if try and get in any more trouble before the group gets here.
I'll be good, I promise.
Oh, I'm sure he will. I'll have another round of drinks.
All right, that's drink.
Tales of Adventure is directed and produced by me, Brianna Toiber, as part of Pseudonym Social, a creative podcast network. The music is by Patrick Chester of Chester Studios. To see more of his work, visit his website at chesterstudios.net. Find out more about Pseudonym Social by visiting our website at pseudonymsocial.wordpress.com. If you like what I'm doing and would like to support this podcast, please go to patreon.com/pseudonymsocial and choose one of the tiers connected to Tales of Adventure. You can also leave a review on iTunes to make our show easier to find for those who need it.